What have you done for love today? Something to think about. All right, to go along hand in hand with this spooky, weird shit. I've been meaning to tell you this anyway for quite a while. So first of all, if you're watching me, they're watching you. The reason why I say that, I've been doing this stuff for 10 years, never heard of this, never seen this. Whenever I do these videos and I use a lot of copyrighted stuff, I'm on the edge of my seat because I never know if it's going to pass the copyright checks, meaning I could be doing it all for nothing. But I love doing it. It's fun for me. It's what I do, so I do it anyway. And I use, especially if I go like over 20 seconds or 30 seconds, I really is like, man, I wonder if it's going to work. And my Mother's Day video used a whole lot of the song "Mother" by Danzig, and never seen this, never heard of this. Been on YouTube for 10 years. I put the video through, and they say copyright check. Yep, copyright flagged. But we're going to run the video. It's totally cool. No ads or nothing. It's totally cool. We're just going to collect stats on your video. Never seen that. So they're like, oh, copyrighted material. We're not worried about money. We'll just collect stats on this real small, in the grand scheme of things, channel. That video even got a couple hundred views. So that tells me that if they're watching me, they're watching you. They want to know who's watching this stuff, who's following along with this story, because I'm the only one, as far as I know, who's telling the true story of what's happening in Aquarius. And so they're wanting, that's what that tells me. I ain't never heard that. Copyrighted, who cares about money? We're just going to collect stats on your video. Is that right? Is that right? So you all are wanting, so just so you be warned, if you're watching me, they're watching you. Next, my YouTube termination and resurrection. I had 2 strikes. The second strike put me in timeout for 2 weeks. And YouTube, you get a warning. Second strike is 2 weeks timeout. Third strike is you're gone, terminated. Finito. I got my second strike in February of this year for posting a video from the European Parliament, no different than C-SPAN, literally a camera inside the government building on the floor. That's what it was. And it was pulled down for medical misinformation. So I was put in a timeout. I came back the first week of March, and on March 2nd, and I was supposed to, while I was able to still post, after I did my 2 week timeout, the strike still is on your account. And it was set to expire March 31st. So when I knew that I needed to really kind of watch my mouth. Otherwise, if I said something that pissed them off or whatever, by March 31st, my channel, everything, all 10 years of research, gone, pulled, dead, finito. And so this is what got my channel terminated. What was really disappointing, because it was this kind of video. I've done way worse. It even had the Peacock NBC logo on it. You've probably seen it. It was pretty viral. It was of DeSantis down in Florida, and he was kind of what people thought was like making fun of kids or giving kids who were wearing a mask when he did the school speech a hard time. And it even had the WFLA watermark on the video. It was like a 30-second clip. Again, never had this happen to me. What normally happens, I post a video, and then within minutes, seconds, days, weeks, hours, whatever later, flagged for copyright, flagged for medical misinformation, blocked in some countries, something to that nature. After it's gone through the process. Now, again, this was like a 30-second clip, so short that I'm like, by the time like you were uploading a clip like that, you don't even have the description typed out. That's how quick these really super fast 30-second clips go. I didn't have 2 or 3 words into the description of the video, and all of a sudden the upload box turns red. I see what I've never seen before: inappropriate content. The whole upload was crashed. My screen refreshed. Your account has been terminated. And so I didn't freak out or anything, because, again, I had this prediction. I had this feeling that I even said it on my channel. I didn't think my channel was going to last through 2021, because never in my life, in my 10 years on YouTube, have I ever had so much trouble posting. I've never been given so many strikes. I've never been put in timeout so hard like I was last year in 2021. So after about the second or third time, and I think I said it several times, I'd be surprised if this channel makes it to 2021, past or through 2021. And so that was on March 2nd. The Twins, 322, 32, 23, back and front, right? March 2nd, 2022, my channel was terminated, which is still technically 2021 because March is the first, or excuse me, Aries, the first sign is in March, and that signifies in the astrology calendar as the new year. And so the sign is until what, March 20th, 21st, 22nd. So technically, in astrology, that's not until when this. But I don't care. I shouldn't even mention that. But anyway, so gone. And I have the emails. So I did even try to appeal it. And I emailed YouTube. I did the appeal process. And I said, look, I mean, come on. This is NBC logos on it. It's not inappropriate. Really. And they got, and what I was really surprised because they said give it 2 days to hear back. I really didn't think I'd hear. And within the next day, I get an email back. Nope, sorry, we disagree with you. It's still inappropriate. Your channel's down. And I was like, well, whatever. That sucks. And what's so funny is that so periodically, week after, a couple, like I'd say from, I think it was like what, April, in the midweek of April, mid-month April is when my channel was put back up. And I would say between March 2nd, when the takedown happened, and the mid-month of April, I probably looked 2 or 3 times where I put my name into YouTube, searched for it, everything is gone. All I have is, I did find, some like the piece of shit trample on snakes and let's get free for guys, like them talking shit about me. Those videos came up still, but nothing else. But I did. So what I did do is I went to people's channels that I did know had uploaded my stuff years and years before, and did find my stuff. So thankfully, people have mirrored some of my older work, and it's still on their channel. So even though they did pull my channel down, some of me and some of my work and the really important stuff as far as I'm concerned was still left up. So as I say all the time, love never dies. So they pulled the channel down, but my work and my voice was still there. And whatever happened, man, I don't know I have never heard of this happening before. Someone made the decision, something forced them to make decisions. Someone made the flip. Someone hit that switch, and I get I get a text from a friend. And they're saying, hey, I just get a text one day, is your channel back up? And I just looked like 2 or 3 days prior, and which was one of those few times that I told you I looked. It was like 2 or 3 days prior to the text, look for my channel, still down. I get this text, is your channel down? I even tell the guy, I don't think so, man. The last time it's down, man, it's gone. I go up, I pull my name up, and there I am. Clearly, the story is going to be told. I think the world needs to see this. I just think that's really crazy. And now why this Rochelle thing? This is May, January. I didn't think it was this far back. I try to figure out and think of people who I want to talk to and interview for my television show. And Lockdown Living Room Comedy Show, asytv.com, code PUPPETDWARF. Why PUPPETDWARF? Because that's the guy who started it. So I try to think of people to talk to and interview for my television show. And I don't know why I've never thought of this. It was just over the weekend. All of a sudden it hit me. And the thing is my list is, I don't like Hollywood. We cut cable years ago. I don't have any kind of subscription to anything. I utilize the internet just like I have my whole life. So I do not support any of because I think everyone, I mean, for the most part, I feel like everyone's kind of looking the other way with Epstein, and I really don't like the industry. I have some soft spots for some people here and there, and that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm just trying to go from the heart and just be like, just try to talk to whoever I feel is legit, who I could stand and not freak out on because of something because some of these celebrities have said and done some really terrible things since all this stuff has started. And not only that, just the whole Epstein thing anyway. But anyway. And so the list is really small and really hard to pick from. and just over the weekend, and I just so funny. I mean, I don't know why it took me so long, especially since I've used her movie so many times. The Crow, Sarah, Eric Draven, The Crow's friend in the movie. And what's funny is that like it hit me all of a sudden. It's like I don't even know her real name. And as a matter of fact, what has she done since then? And so, because I don't even know her name, I don't know anything else she's been in. I go on to the IMDb, to the movie database. I look up The Crow. She hasn't been in anything until 2009. The Crow was made in 94, and it wasn't until 2009 that she did something again. Because I would imagine as a kid actor, it was her first movie, The Crow, and it really appears that she was very close to Brandon. Just imagine that as a child, your co-star and your friend gets gunned down in a terrible, tragic way on set. So I would imagine that that really messed her up. And I had no idea. You know what her real name is? Rochelle. And I just like, wow. So I track her down on social media, and like everybody, I say, "Hey, I'm Cupid. I have a television show. Can we talk?" And it's so funny. It was so funny because she says back, "I'm assuming about The Crow," and I don't like women figuring me out, right? I like everything to be a mystery. You know, it's fun for everyone. So I just was like, wow, the Crow, what's that one? The name of the Avengers? No, I just was happening. I saw your pictures on here, and I just thought you looked cool. I thought we'd talk. But to be honest and fair to Rochelle, of course, that's what I was after. And what was so funny is that she says that she's getting into stand up and wanting to do stand up, and I'm just like, this is so funny. You see my name, Lockdown Living Room Comedy Show, and yeah. So, but yeah. It's just very strange, and I use that movie all the time to tell the story, and I just cannot believe that I never thought of her up until now. I never even, what have you done since? Never even thought about, never heard her name before, and there's a reason, because she didn't even start acting again until 2009. And to find her name was Rochelle, and just all this stuff's just very, very strange. So what have you done for love today? Just wanted to let you know, if you're watching me, they're watching you. Love never dies. And you've been on it. What was it? Well, you've been on a long journey from Milan to Minsk. Rochelle. Let's see, what is that? Let's see. Can I get that?
Well, you made a long journey from Milan to Minsk.
Yeah. Well, you made a long journey from Milan to Minsk. Rochelle.